We began in New York City, where a federal immigration enforcement sweep turned chaotic on Tuesday afternoon as street vendors, bystanders, and protesters clashed with authorities. The operation, led by Immigration and Customs Enforcement and supported by Border Patrol and other federal officers, targeted vendors accused of selling counterfeit goods in a bustling Manhattan neighborhood. The protesters quickly surrounded the officers, attempting to block their vehicles from leaving, while chanting slogans such as "ICE out of New York."
ICE out of New York! ICE out of New York! Across the street! In 10 minutes! In 10 minutes! We'll see you there if you want to help!
ICE is trying to kidnap our neighbors off the streets.
That's Walker and Carroll.
I was standing in a crosswalk. We cannot stand as New Yorkers for this to happen.
The agents responded by pushing some protesters to the ground and threatening them with detention. Additional federal officers in combat gear arrived with long guns and a military tactical vehicle, making further arrests. A spokesperson for the Department of Homeland Security described the operation as a targeted enforcement action against criminal activity relating to selling of counterfeit goods. The spokesperson also reported that at least one individual was arrested for assaulting a federal officer. However, the exact number of vendors detained remains unclear.
Federal partners, including FBI, DEA, ATF, IRS, CI, and CBP, conducted a targeted, intelligence-driven enforcement operation on Canal Street in New York City, focused on criminal activity relating to selling counterfeit goods.
Local politicians condemned the raids, voicing opposition to the show of force and aggressive tactics used against bystanders.
The challenges around vending on Canal Street are real and must be addressed. But federal agents storming our streets and targeting community members is not the solution.
Mayor Eric Adams and the NYPD stressed that the city had no involvement in the federal operation. Adams went on to reiterate that resources should focus on violent criminals, not undocumented New Yorkers pursuing the American dream.
We gather details about the situation. New Yorkers should know that we have no involvement. Our administration has been clear that undocumented New Yorkers trying to pursue their American dreams should not be the target of law enforcement, and resources should instead be focused on violent criminals.
New York's Governor Kathy Hochul and mayoral candidates Zohran Mamdani and Andrew Cuomo also condemned the raid. They described the events as politically motivated and overly aggressive, with Mamdani calling it authoritarian theatrics and Cuomo calling it an abuse of federal power. The raid is part of a broader pattern of ICE operations in immigrant communities nationwide, often met with protests. Across America, ICE has increasingly detained immigrants without criminal records, with at least 170 U.S. citizens held in 2025. Now, past operations have drawn scrutiny for excessive force, including pepper spraying journalists and body slamming individuals. Now, the final mayoral debate takes place tonight, which will certainly provide openings for both candidates to speak on the raids occurring throughout the city. Rest assured, the city's electorate, especially its migrant community, will be watching closely, knowing that the next encounter could erupt at any moment.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.